Hello.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
Ooh-wee.
It's Erin.
And Nicole. So good to see you here on Dude That's Fucked Up, the podcast.
Here we are. Ready to bring you all new fuckery.
Ready to rock.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? How my dudes doing?
Yeah,
Hope
how
you're
are
good.
the dudes? Oh my gosh, I'm realizing you could see out the like hard the not see-through curtain isn't closed.
The hard curtain.
The stubborn curtain? I don't know. What? The opaque curtain?
I would call a curtain.
Yeah.
A curtain is a curtain. A curtain that's see-through is a sheer.
Okay, so just the sheer curtain is closed. So, yeah.
Very delightful.
Okay, I just noticed that, and it might bother me the whole time. It might not. We're going to forget about it and move on.
I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh,
Very excited, and it's a fancy one.
Oh, yeah, from your box.
Yeah, it's from this cute brewery in Ohio called Brewdog. And they had a Pride edition that passion fruit sour.
Oh.
That, of course, like all these non-alcoholic non-alcoholic beverages are being served to me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I have to buy all of them. Because I don't have anything else.
Also, it's summertime and it makes you feel fun.
Exactly. It's like, I drink so much seltzer water.
Yeah. And you like the taste of beer, you know?
I'm drinking it out of my Lake Arrowhead Brewing Company.
Yes, we love them.
Cup, glass.
Yep.
That's the logo. It's so fun.
Love, great
it's
logo.
like the LA, like Los Angeles Dodgers, but
yeah.
But the arrowhead for the A.
Love it.
By Brad Walters, the very person that designed our logo.
Oh my God.
What do you know about that crossover?
Some people say the logo is the best thing about our podcast. Some don't, but some do. No, I don't know.
It's been said. Oh,
it's
that's
been
delightful.
how we've been found, which is fun.
Yeah.
People find us because they like our logo, which is cool.
It's simple. It's cool. It's by a very awesome person.
Yeah.
We love you, Brad.
Yes.
You're the best.
Love. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I'm drinking fake beer.
Mm-hmm.
You're chilling. You got your shears.
I got my shears open. I have a mocktail because I was going to make a gin and tonic, but I went pee before this and noticed I'm a little dehydrated. So I was like, you know what? I'll get some fizzy water in with a little pineapple juice so it tastes good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Just living
this
life.
Is real nice, by the
is
way.
It?
Yeah.
Is it like a true sour?
No, not really, but it tastes really good. Like it's like
good. I don't like a true sour. They're too sour.
Yeah, it's not super sour, but the passion fruit flavor is coming through, and I love that.
Oh my God, I love that. Love having options.
We love it. Oh right. Oh my gosh. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing. No biz. Nothing
I would say
happening.
I have tangential biz, which I just want to say, follow me on TikTok. Hopefully you already follow our DTFU podcast on TikTok. That's the handle. But also
please do, because Nicole
it's
does
so fun.
So many hilarious things with our clips from the podcast. Like
trying to get us out there, trying to get new people to find us. You know what I mean?
I I feel very narcissistic when I watch the TikToks because I just laugh.
Like, we're so funny.
But it's mostly because you are adding so much to the visual aspect of it. Just gives it a whole new vibe.
I play with the editing sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't.
It's very fun. Follow us there. But also, I am doing a personal TikTok challenge with my friend Rachel. You can follow me, Nicole.Mackey, because I started Nicole Mackey and then I deleted it. This was over a year ago, and then I had to get a new one. Anyway, but and so I'm doing just a video there every day, and they're going to be very dumb and stupid. So
fantastic.
Please like them, share them, comment on them, do whatever gets them into the algorithm, because I need people's validation.
Absolutely. We all do. It's human nature.
Yeah, that's what social media is for. I told my friend Rachel today, I'm like, this next 30 days is going to be walking a real fine line between depression and validation. Because it's like,
sometimes they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. They truly do. So, all right.
Follow Nicole on TikTok. What is it? Nicole.Magie?
Yeah, Nicole.Magie. And at DTFU podcast also. DTFU podcast.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Do you have anything fucked up this week?
No, it was a chill week. I can't complain. I'm still very pregnant. What are you going to do?
It's good. That's going to be the case for a while, I think.
Yeah, for a bit.
Yeah.
Not much longer. I'm counting down the days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. I had a fucked up thing that I thought was funny, and I meant to write it down, and then I didn't. This was like 30 minutes ago. I was like, ooh, that's fun. And I didn't write it down. And so
I see in your notes it says millions of peaches.
Okay, because this is the other thing. And this is my backup fucked up. But this is not funny or whatever. But I think I'm just getting into a real weird situation. I've been buying peaches because they're in season.
You have to.
You have to. They're so beautiful. I made a peach dessert and brought it to your house.
It was so, oh my God.
So good.
Nicole is just
oh my God.
whiz in the kitchen.
Well, I try. Then last night, oh, thank you. Last night I made individual peach cobblers for Pete and I for dessert. I just because we had some that were going to go bad. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to make us like a quick dessert. And I made those. And then today, after lunch, I was like, I want another peach dessert. So I made a peach crumble. No, a peach crisp. I made a peach crisp. In like a little individual ramekin, like fucking baked it from scratch and everything and ate it after my lunch. I didn't eat the whole thing. It wasn't that good. I only had steel cut oats instead of regular oats, and it was weird. It was very like...
The texture is not the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was eating like horse feed or something, like millet or something. Like I was just like, I feel like a rabbit or something, you know what I mean? It was, so the texture was weird.
You need those rolled oats, babe.
I need those rolled oats because they are thin and crisp. But anyway, so I'm just like, if anyone has individual serving dessert recipes, please send them my way, because I am like, I might make a chocolate chip cookie after this or something. I don't know. I just feel like I'm enjoying baking, and I'm just in this place where I'm like, I want to make
summertime baking.
Summertime baking. I want to like, well, you know, easy bake stuff that's like doesn't take hours or get the house too hot, but like
anything you could use with just like a ramekin is like where you want to be. That's a good wheelhouse to be for.
I love it. Just like a little individual portion, and like it's fruit based, so it's healthy, and I can control the sugar, I guess, even though I'm not. I'm putting so much in, and it's just been so fun. But anyway, I don't know why it's fucked up. It just is.
You might fuck your stomach up if you're not careful with all the peaches you're eating.
Or like my blood, because like my blood sugar is going to be all like off, because I'm going to have like, is tomorrow for tomorrow. Like I've gone dessert at dinner, dessert at lunch. Now am I just going to go like straight up dessert at breakfast? Like am I going to go?
I mean, in a lot of cases, breakfast is dessert for real.
For me, it is. Yeah, I like a pastry. So.
Or, you know, even if you're like making like French toast or something, you're put some like, make that a French toast with peaches, like a peach like jam or something. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying?
Peach Kool-Aid or
a peach Kool-Aid,
that thing, or peach preserves.
Peach preserves. Like, or
I love it.
Muddle up that fucking peach. Put some fucking. It's Friday. Who cares? Put some prosecco in that bitch, and you got yourself a real nice little brunch happening.
It's a chunky Bellini, baby. Yeah. Chunky Bellini, also the name of my band.
A Chablini.
Oh man, that sounds great. I think I'm making my way up to making homemade peach ice cream at some point.
Ugh, love that for you.
I think truly, like, I can remember my grandma made it one year for like 4th of July weekend, because that was like a big family weekend, and they lived in Long Beach, and we would all come down here. And I remember there was a homemade peach ice cream. It was like fucking titties. Like it was like in one of those machines, you know? It's
yeah,
like
yeah. Like
electric.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have to hand crank it. It like cranked itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I have an ice cream maker if you need to borrow it.
Oh.
I was like in a like a phase where I was really making ice cream last year.
You had to.
I had to. But
All right. TBD. Well, I have a ton of peaches, so maybe I'll come make it at your house so you can have some too.
Bitch, yes.
I'll share if I make it. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I
love it.
We have a weekend plan.
What a symbiotic relationship. I love it. It's great. We're here for the ice cream, baby.
Yep. We both come with our offerings and meet in the middle to make something extraordinary, like this podcast.
Oh my God. I just burped. Excuse me. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Well,
yes, we're giving you just like all the things that you want all the time.
Yeah, all the things.
Well, you guys, this episode this week is fascinating.
I love it.
I was not prepared.
Was not prepared.
When we
truly, we pulled this out of our butts.
This shit had way more than I bargained for. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about it.
Let's roll the dice on this one and see what happens. Oh.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You guys, we're talking about Monopoly this week.
God. Oh.
And there's some really interesting background and history to it.
Yeah.
That we're going to talk about. There's just like a lot of surrounding energy with this game. It's one of the most popular games in the world.
I'm sure like right when you said we're talking about the game of Monopoly, like people have a very, like you might even have a physical reaction, but people have strong reactions. It means a lot to a lot of people. Like I feel like either people really love it or people hate it.
Mm-hmm. Or people are kind of indifferent because they're like,
because they think it's boring.
They think it's boring, or their family doesn't really play it for reasons and they can't remember why. Maybe they were too young for the incident that happened on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, when the year they were born
with cousin Gary. You know, we don't.
Remember when Gary stormed off? Said he was gonna go drive and he had to think.
Yeah. This side of the family hasn't talked to cousin Gary in 15 years because of a game of Monopoly. Like there's, it's shit like that. Or maybe you were too young when your parents tried to play with you and you were just like, I don't get it. This is
You never really learned.
Yeah.
Or you just made up your own, like, let's play with money and buy stuff. Like maybe you didn't even play it according to the rules.
Yeah. Or like when you're a little kid, you're like, I don't understand money.
Yeah.
Or capitalism in the way that this game is trying to show.
Yeah, you just know it's hard. I gotta be honest. I'll just say it while we're talking. I think I was probably into my late teens when I finally actually read the rules and understood the houses and stuff. I just remember playing when we were kids and once all the property was bought, we'd stop pretty much or someone ran out of money, but I never knew you buy houses to put on your property so that it's more money. I didn't know into my teens, I think. I didn't care.
Yeah, I think and we can talk more in depth about this when we get to this portion of talking about the game. I just remember pretty specifically the devastation of what it would be like to either you would be the one devastating people or you would be the one that was devastated by the amount of properties that another player had around the board and the ensuing chaos. Bullshit chaos. Yeah.
Well, you're either the person who is devastating everyone or the other three people in a family of four that are being devastated. It always ends well maybe for one person.
Yeah. Only ever for one person because it is the game of Monopoly.
Yes.
Mono is the root word here. It's singular. And it's just like a takeover. So I now love this game so much.
Yeah.
that I played on my phone all the time.
Oh, really?
It's really fun. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It goes so fast. Like it goes because you play against the computer and it's like,
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, it's really fun.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, but yes, Monopoly is one of the most popular games, one of the most highest selling games in the world.
Yeah.
Like
I think fourth highest selling board game of all time, and it's fourth behind chess, checkers, and backgammon, all of which are like
ancient games.
And they're not like no one owns those. Like
Right.
anyone could make those boards and sell them, but like Monopoly is trademarked and copyrighted, all those things, and it's owned by Hasbro. So like it's its own thing.
Yep.
That you have to buy from them. So
yeah, that's pretty legendary. That is pretty fucking iconic.
For a game that has this tumultuous of a reputation and past and history and present.
I'm telling you, it's so we got to get into it. It is
Let's talk about the history.
Yeah, let's go a little bit back in time here.
Yeah.
So this game was actually invented by a woman. Elizabeth.
Holy fuck.
Lizzie is how her friends knew her. Mm-hmm. I want to say Magie is her last name. That was her surname. I don't understand. It's wild to me. Well, it'll soon be clear why we didn't know very much about this woman.
Yeah,
but basically this woman invented the like proto game that was then called Monopoly. It didn't start out being called Monopoly.
Yeah.
And this woman in her own right was a fucking badass.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's wild to me that such a popular game, but like you just said, we'll talk about why. But I was shocked to find out it was created by a woman. And this woman was not only like a feminist ahead of her time and like living a feminist life and just like doing the most. She was very progressive. She was what I would consider a socialist today. Mm-hmm. She was like fighting for the people, kind of like an activist, like
fully an activist.
Fully an activist, an artist. Like she was like so many things and is such a cool lady that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
And especially, not even that she invented Monopoly, but like just other things, you know?
Yeah, in her own like she was born in the like 1866. So
yeah,
she was extremely ahead of her time.
So far.
Yeah, so born in 1866. Her father was an abolitionist, so her dad was like already laying the groundwork for her activist roots. Like he was a cool dude, and she was very inspired by and loved her dad very much.
Yeah, it was obviously like a very progressive man. He was a very smart man. He was a newspaper journalist. I don't think we know anything about her mother, which is kind of a product of the time, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
But she was probably cool as fuck too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if we had to guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of the things her dad was doing obviously made a huge impression on Lizzie, and like she carried on a lot of the things he was interested in. She was a stenographer, a typist, a short story and poetry writer, a comedian, a stage actress. We said she was a feminist. She was an engineer, and she was a news reporter. And just truly was like, it's so funny because we had a conversation about this in like IRL yesterday, not on the topic of this. Erin and I went to fancy lady lunch, and we were just like talking for like hours and just sitting outside. It was so nice. And
it was delightful.
It was so delightful. And we were talking about how like, man, you can really, especially in this day and age, you can change jobs every year if you want, every 6 months, every 3 years. Like what, like it feels like this time. Like you can be someone who, you know, finds a way to sustain a living, make a living, doing lots of different things. It's so cool. And it just reminded me of this woman.
I know. It's like very serendipitous that we like had, I don't know, we had this like long conversation about just like what it means to like exist in a society today, and then you know how the same things come back around that were like the same progressive ideals have always really been the same in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously times change, but like the core principles and the things that make people have the drive that they do and the vision that they do are very similar as they were then in Lizzie's time as they are now. So it's very cool. So yeah, and we're going to get into it. So
yeah.
She was doing the most. Like she was like in her 20s, like already crushing shit.
Like by the time she was 26, she received a patent for an invention that she invented that made the typewriting process easier by allowing paper to go through the rollers more easily. Like it just like helped ease the paper in or something, like just a little tweak. But she patented it, and she was one of the only female patent holders at that time, because during the time she was alive and like in this period, women were credited with less than 1% of all patents. So like this is honestly like such a trailblazer. It's so exciting to talk about her because she just was like doing all the things she wanted to do, and just like it feels like, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but it feels like she was living her life like a man would live his life, and she didn't care. She was like, this is how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to try these jobs. I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to get a patent. Like, and that's very cool. She was very progressive. She had a lot of like political views that were considered progressive at the time, and honestly are still considered progressive. And like we said earlier, or like I said earlier, like I would consider her political leanings a bit more socialist, and that's kind of like how I wrap my head around it, because I don't really understand exactly what a Georgist is, but that's like what she was. And the definition of that is like Georgism is an economic ideology holding that although people should own the value they produce themselves, the economic rent derived from the land, including from all natural resources, the commons, and urban locations, should belong equally to all members of society. Which I think means like if you like farm, say you own some land and you farm it, like, or you could rent the land and farm it, and like what you sell from it, you get paid for the work you've put into it, but you can't charge beyond that, and anything you do make beyond that goes back to the community. Or like if you're a landowner and you rent it out to someone, it's like you're not making an exorbitant amount of money because you get to decide how much the farmer pays you in order to like work the land.
Owning something, you can't really ever own fully land, you know, like it's like almost a resource. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like abstract ideas of like what land and owning land means, and natural resources and how we make those available to like the public. So it's interesting.
I like it. It's you know, we are in a sticky situation, and it gets worse every year with like the housing bubble and affordable housing and just like space, you know, like who gets access,
and the way like natural resources are exploited. And now we're in a lot of trouble with like water supply and
oh my God. I know. I like it. It's interesting. Well, people during her time, like a lot of progressive political leaders supported this perspective as well, and they thought like Georgism would served to motivate people to cultivate land because they would own all the value and benefits of their creation. So it was like a viewpoint that was trying to be promoted and shared. Also, this idea would redistribute wealth to people of lower socioeconomic standing.
Yep.
And most importantly, it would eradicate the idea that landowners or landlords held the power and monetary value of the land. So again, it's not like you don't own this land. Yeah. Let us remind you, we all are here and we all get to use it, and we need to pay it back into the community so that things are like more even.
It's honestly a much more it makes way more sense.
It makes so much sense. Yeah. And it is very socialist because it's like give it back to the community. 100%. And this is what would become the basis for the original prototype of Monopoly, which was called the Landlord's Game. And this is just something that she developed in the early 1900s while living in Maryland. Lizzie Magie developed this board game for her and her friends to play, and she called it the Landlord Game. And it was designed to demonstrate the economic ill effects of land monopolism and the use of land value tax as a remedy for it. But more specifically, I didn't finish this sentence. Never mind. I think I moved it down. But anyway, she designed it for her and her friends. And I fucking love the idea that her and her friends would just like maybe be drinking. This is during Prohibition, isn't it? So maybe not, but maybe drinking like under the table.
Yeah.
And just drinking like moonshine in Maryland, like in a cute little parlor, and they're fucking playing this game, and they're making fun of all the stupid rich assholes, and like, you know, whoever's like winning at it or whatever, quote unquote winning, is like acting like an asshole, like, I'm so rich, pay me your monies.
Look at my monocle. Yeah.
Oh, I own you now. Like transatlantic accent, you know, people talked weird back then. But yeah, and I just love that idea that like, what a fun group of friends.
I love that. Yeah. Like, and just listen, DJ we like made a board game together.
Haven't you made more than one too?
Well, DJ has like lots of games that he like invents, but he like this one specifically, like it's not patented yet or anything, but like
so you can't share too many details.
Can't share too many details. But,
I've played it. It's very fun.
It's very fun, and so like this is something like that totally makes sense to me. Like sitting around and like when you're drunk with your friends, like not just playing a drinking game, because like, you know, we're looking for like because when you think about Monopoly, you get into like the like very heart of people, and so in a lot of ways, like you're like, who's gonna be like, I don't know, and so like those are the kind of games that we always try to play, are like not like anything too complex. Like we're not like board game people where we have a million board games. Like my brother-in-law is like very, very into board games. Like where it's like a 3-hour like ordeal. Like we're not that far, but we like to play games where it's like you like a little bit of like your your individual like soul is revealed while you're playing in a funny way, in a funny, entertaining way. Not
hopefully not at Monopoly.
No.
It's never anyone's fun personality that comes out.
No. Especially when you're drinking.
Oh my God. I know what you mean though. Yeah, it's like you get to see who is like competitive in a specific way, who is more playful, who is like kind of trolling other people, you know, like whose strategy is to fuck with other people to like mess them up. It's board games are really fun. And the fact that the style of this game that developed was like, feels like it's her style. It has to do with like, you know, it has to do with the socioeconomics of like the world at the time and still, and it kind of has like this theatrical piece to it where it's like, and like a strategic piece. It's smart and it's fun, and it's just like, oh, of course, like she has a theater background, this feels kind of theatery, and she has like, you know,
you're
like,
pretending like you are a the thing that they're like, it's like very meta on a level where they're like making fun of this entire concept.
Yes.
But using it as like a tool to like get across the point.
Yes, to teach people.
And hammer home. That was like the whole point of her making this. It wasn't just like it was
fun.
like for fun, but it was like, it was to hammer home these principles of whatchamacallit, Georgism.
Yeah.
Of the like idea that like land ownership and being a landlord is like not not the way, you know. So it started out as this like kind of like socialist like situation,
like experiment or like tool, like it's like propaganda.
Propaganda, a tool to like help teach Georgism.
To help. I don't know if it taught why that would be a good solution, I think, right? Like, because it was like shining a light on everything that was fucked up about how society is like structured.
I think when she presented this idea, it was like a little bit more complex and had like the added, her added, she had probably like presented it in a way that was like, here's like all of this other detail and context for what it is.
Yes.
Not just like the straightforward gameplay that we are used to with the modern day board game of Monopoly.
It's like a timeshare or something where they're like, just come and like, you'll get a free gift certificate to the steakhouse in this hotel. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you get there and like they give you the fun part. And then they're like, now that you're here.
Or it's like the kind of like how this is like the opposite end of the spectrum, like how now like the military has like e-games is like a thing that they sponsor to like get to like recruit people into like the Marines or the Army or whatever.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Like they have them play Call of Duty and shit. And
oh my God. They're like, it's just like this. And then you're like, no.
They have like esports teams that like you can join. Isn't that cool that you can just join? Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
So it's like that end of the propaganda, but this is kind of all part and parcel. So
yeah. I kind of like that about it.
Yeah. I love it.
Like, and if you'll just step into the back room, we have a short presentation for you. And you're like, wait, what?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh God. Well, yeah, it was, it just was, something that she worked on really hard and like proved to be successful.
Yeah. This, and so she actually filed a patent for the game in 1903. And this was more than 3 decades before Parker Brothers began manufacturing Monopoly. Keep that in mind on the timeline here. And she, like we're saying, she actually designed this game specifically like to promote Georgism and as a protest against the big monopolists of her time. People like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller.
Oh my God.
She was like, if she was like alive today, it would be like she made a game to like make fun of like Elon Musk and fucking Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be what it was. Yeah. We love it.
Oh my God. I wish she was alive today to do that.
I mean, she would.
She would. She would.
She is that bitch. She would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like the whole game was simple. It was to obtain wealth, like kind of just pretty much exactly the same thing, but she developed 2 different versions of it, which each version she patented got different patents for.
Yeah.
The one monopolist like game was, or like one game was where you are trying to be, you're trying to be
industry.
You're trying to be a monopolist of industry. You're trying to create monopolies and you're trying to force others out. You're trying to, you're trying to conquer everybody.
Yeah, trying to be a tycoon. You're trying to be a Rockefeller.
Exactly.
And eat up all the little businesses.
And then the other version that she created was the anti-monopolist setup, which she referred to as prosperity, where the goal was to create products and interact with opponents, like to create a community, basically.
Yeah. And it feels kind of like Monopoly ended up somewhere in the middle. Like
Kind of,
it kind
yeah.
of has elements of both.
It does, yeah. So that was we'll get to the how this like evolved,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I just want to like keep talking about her specifically for one moment. She fucking ruled so hard. So in her 20s, she was doing all this shit, and then
Yeah.
she didn't have time for men. I mean, maybe she did, but she didn't have time to get married. She wasn't going to do that like fucking chuggy shit. She was going to like do her life, and she didn't marry.
Yesterday at lunch, Erin goes, I know everyone doesn't want to get married. Marriage is so chuggy.
It kind of is like the whole fucking concept of it, man.
I feel like the
like weddings.
Yeah, I think the traditions around getting married are chuggy. Like, and now we're having my shower, and we're all gonna have matching and now we're doing a bachelorette night out, and like we all have matching cups, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
I mean, do what you want. Yeah, but
do what you want. Like we're all chuggy to a degree,
Yeah.
and I did a lot of that shit. But like, I like the things about marriage that, or like the wedding, the whole fucking wedding bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the little traditions of like the garter belt and like throwing the bouquet and all that. I did not do that. Cutting a cake, I didn't do that shit. I just did I just had a huge party basically.
Yeah. I can't. I didn't. I did not.
I can't. I didn't. I did not. I refused. How fucking weird is that? I still cringe when I think about garter ceremonies. Like,
your fucking grandma's there. It's gross. And you're like, hey, put your head up near my pussy and take this fucking
in front of 300 people or whatever.
And my Uncle Gary. It's so gross.
Well, everybody's like, woo, yeah. And you're like, oh, God, no.
I hate it.
Like I said, she was way ahead of her time because she didn't get married till she was 44, which is in the turn of the century was unfucking heard of. Yeah, like the beginning of the 1900s.
You hit 20 and they were like, she's a spinster. She's never getting married.
100%.
And she was like, I'm 44. I'm ready.
Yeah, who wants to lock this pussy down?
Who wants to rail this? Also, I won't get pregnant at this point probably. So we're all good. We have the all clear.
Yeah. So she did all this shit. She designed this fucking game in her spare time. Truly a bad bitch. But of course, we're saying all this like shit like about how innovative and crazy and cool this game is.
Yeah.
She sold her patents eventually to Parker Brothers for $500 in 1935.
$500?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then a dude named Charles Darrow, who fucking sucks, basically copied her design and modified it and sold it to Parker Brothers under the name Monopoly.
Ew.
And then he got credit for inventing the whole ass game when all he did was basically rename and modify the landlord's game. Like if you look at the patent, like in the blueprint for the landlord's game, it is exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Like literally the only things that are different are like the squares have names of like, like Baltic Avenue and, Ventnor Place and all that shit that we know of now when we look at a board. She had like railroads, utilities, all these things. Yes, he like refined it, but still. Parker Brothers Brothers falsely credited Darrow as the original inventor. Basically, they had already been selling her game. She'd been selling her game for years before Parker Brothers was even in the picture.
So was Charles Darrow a Parker Brother like employee?
No, he was just some dude who licensed or sold his idea to them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he like had a different deal with them basically.
Oh, okay. But also, who knows? Like they could have been just doing like fucking smoking cigars and been like, hey, we bought this thing for $500. What can you do with this? And then he's like, oh, I changed the colors to purple in this part.
Yeah, no, honestly,
we love it.
Who's to say? Because they had already been selling her game, the like Prosperity and like, you know,
A
the
Monopoly
version or
Yeah.
the Landlord's game that she had made.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was needing some like upgrades. So they just basically stopped doing anything with her. Booted her out and brought the new in, the
Fuck
new shit
that.
in.
That's chuggy.
It's so chuggy. It's just so predictable.
Yeah.
This
Of
man
course.
then, he goes on to become the first millionaire game designer in history. Fuck.
That's so rude. She got $500 for that shit.
And like you know, maybe you're saying like, well, she should have had a better deal with Parker Brothers. It's like, well, she probably wasn't offered that deal. This guy was, because he's a man, and they, like you said, were in their little cigar lounge, like talking about God knows what
In the steam room in their towels or whatever.
Yeah. So she's basically pushed out, and this guy comes in and is just like almost an identical game to hers, and she's just like, what the fuck? I hate it so much.
I hate it for her, yeah.
And then from then on, everybody just thought it was this fucking dude who they thought invented the game, the whole game from scratch from his own brain, and that wasn't even the case.
No.
I know. And so her identity as the like inventor of Monopoly basically was only uncovered by accident. In 1973, this man named Ralph Anspach. I
like Ants Patch.
It's like Patch Adams or something.
Yeah, it's like do you have everything for the picnic this afternoon? Did you remember your ants patch? Yeah. So the ants don't get in?
It's not that.
I wish it was.
Well, this man, Ralph, he was an economics professor who got into a legal battle with Parker Brothers over the creation of his anti-monopoly game. Like he was like basically trying to do what she had already done.
Oh my gosh.
But didn't know about it. So he was like researching for his case. He was like getting, you know, all this info together, learning about Monopoly, the game, the history of it. And then he uncovered her patents that were still in like the public domain. And
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and totally learned about how her game, because, okay, first of all, when she came out with this game in like the early 1900s, like 1906 or whatever, or 1903, it got pretty popular. Like people were playing it in like, you know, intellectual circles, and like, you know, it was like kind of, you know, in a certain
it wasn't
echelon
like
of
mainstream.
people.
Yeah.
It wasn't mainstream, but it was
was big.
It was big, and it was popular amongst like Quakers and people who like were very anti-capitalist at this time. So it was like popular with all these different groups of people in the time that she had it as the landlord game. And so this man in the 70s, Ralph Anspach.
It sounds backwards, like his name should be Pansack or something. Pansatch, Atchpans,
Alf
Patchins,
Alf Ransack. So he gets in the weeds on the history of it and finds all this shit about her, and he's like, oh my God, this is like so crazy that nobody knows about her, and it's totally unfair that this other dude got all the credit. So he's beyond him fighting this lawsuit with Parker Brothers, he starts going out here yelling about how these motherfuckers stole her idea, basically.
Yeah. Show her the money.
So he gets it out into the public. In the deposition for this case, Robert Barton, that's where that name slipped in accidentally. Robert Barton, the Parker Brothers president who oversaw the deal back in the 30s, said that he called Maggie's, or in the deposition, he called Maggie's game, quote, completely worthless, and said that Parker Brothers had published a small run of her games, quote, merely to make her happy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's like a fucking lie, because what has like a fucking male-run corporation ever done to make a woman happy?
I mean,
not a goddamn thing.
They thought they really did something. I hate it. Well, this guy, the dealer of the game, Charles Darrow, he has at this current day a goddamn plaque dedicated to him as the inventor of Monopoly in Atlantic City on the boardwalk near the corner of Park Place.
I hope people take dumps on it like they take dumps on the Trump star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Like, what has this man even done? Let me tell you something. He stole an idea. He stole the idea from her, the whole overarching like idea of the game, and the like quote unquote improvements and modifications that he made to it to make it his quote own weren't even from his own brain either. He copied those ideas from a couple of friends who I think were Quakers, who he had played the original Landlord's game with. And they had modified it. So like, just like now you can get your own like customized like Monopoly board on like Etsy or whatever. Yeah. That's what people were doing with the Landlord's game too back then, is they were kind of like making up their own rules with it. Like you can modify any rule you want to a board game. Which is fine if you're not
selling it and taking credit for it.
Yeah, but he did.
I know. That is
like a fucking shisty motherfucker. He just like went and like none of the ideas for any aspect of this game are his. Not the full board, not the like idea, the concept, not the rules. I mean, it's all from her. And the modifications are from some other dudes that he would play the Landlord's game with. So
that is enraging.
Truly enraging. So the only consolation in all of this is that the surviving copies of the Landlord's game, any if there are any out there at this point, any surviving copies of the Landlord's game made by Parker Brothers are considered by many to be probably the rarest of all 20th century board games, and therefore probably worth a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So I don't know. And
there's probably one in a museum somewhere or something.
Probably. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or like some crazy like board game collector has a copy of this game.
Yeah.
There's a whole entire book if you want to read more about Lizzie Magie and the whole fucking Escandalo, board game Escandalo.
Yeah.
You can. It's called The Monopolists, Obsession, Fury, and the Scandal Behind the World's Favorite Board Game by Mary Pylon.
Oh my God.
So I'm glad though that like we were able to learn about this, like,
and shine a light on her contributions to society, which are still rampant today.
And I just can't believe that man became the first board game millionaire.
But also I can, you know. I do think we should remove his plaque though. From, even though it's in Atlantic City on the boardwalk, hopefully on a corner that like no one even sees it. Hopefully there's a bush overgrowing it and like it's where all the birds shit.
But I want somebody to make like another plaque and put it right next to his of her.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck this guy. This is the real one. She's a real one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, it's like, also you might be thinking like, how did he make $1 million during that time? And it's like, this board game quickly got very big. Yeah. And part of that has been because like through franchising and licensing. I guess it's licensing is more appropriate. But I want to talk really quickly about some of the weirdest Monopoly collaborations. Cause like you could probably think of a weird version of Monopoly. Like, I mean, Disney's normal, you know, but like there's been a ton of
so many different ones. There's like Disney Villains Monopoly. There's like, and it's like all the game pieces, like whatever you could go around the board with is like a, you know,
Disney thing.
That's how they like, you know, license it to different things.
Yeah. And maybe they changed the street names or whatever. Maybe there's like, there were a ton of anniversary ones. Like I think when the 200 or the 100th anniversary of Monopoly came, like within, like the official one.
Yeah.
I think they had like an anniversary edition, and there's like a solid gold edition.
It was I think the 80th anniversary one back in like 2015. I can't remember what. I don't know. They put real money inside of the board game.
Oh,
instead
wow.
of Monopoly. Well, there was Monopoly money, but there was also some actual real.
Oh, interesting.
Real money in there. That's fucking a fun activation. Okay.
That's fun. I mean, you're paying for the real money inside, but.
Yeah, but like I think it was like hundreds of dollars.
Oh.
Like a golden ticket level.
Oh, I thought like they gave just some people, like there was like 2 20s in there, and it's like, well, that's why the game costs $80.
No, I think there is like a good, like a chunk of money in there.
Oh, sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, golden ticket, Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Well, it's been the game Monopoly has been franchised in 103 countries, and it has been translated into 37 languages, so it's all over the place.
Yep.
You've seen some of the like anniversary editions, like we're talking about over the years, but there are some weird ones. So I just wanted to go through some of them. I found like rapid fire. There's an AC/DC collector's edition.
God.
Which is so offensive to me. It's like, Kiss also has one, which I get that. Kiss feels like they would have a Monopoly board game, like, licensed for Kiss. They have caskets and shit. But AC/DC.
Kiss caskets?
Yeah, there's Kiss caskets.
You can kiss this casket goodbye. It's going underground.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they have, I think they are kind of like a, I don't know this and we need to look this up, but this actually might be a really good topic for an episode, would be to look at all the merch that they made, because in the height of their fame, and I think this is why they like kind of have longevity, and also they're still like really rich and they never went like bankrupt or anything. They licensed the shit out of their brand, and you could buy a casket. You could buy pinball machines. You could buy like clothes, cars, like so much weird shit.
Makes sense. Makes total sense.
Well, so it makes sense that they have a Monopoly edition. Not
the AC/DC?
No. I hate it. It's rude and it's counterintuitive to rock and roll.
Fair
okay. Enough. There are editions with animals. There's like the dog, horse, or cat lovers editions. Also, special shout out to the bass fishing edition.
Oh my God. I kept seeing that one. I actually think I want it.
No.
Yeah, I do. I think I want it.
Ew, why?
I love fishing.
Oh God. I hate it. I just feel like it's probably all like camo colored.
But I think that's why it's so funny. It's like, what is this? Like, why? And I want it.
Okay.
You know?
Well, you can
ridiculous.
have that. Here's one I don't want, the Nebraska Corn Huskers edition. Go fuck yourself, Nebraska. We don't need that, God. Calm down.
I forget your estate half the time.
Not everything can be about sports also. It's like, is that all that's going on? Like,
yes.
Stop.
Sorry. I live in Nebraska.
Yeah, but
I've driven through it. I've seen
me too.
enough.
We drove through it together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Flat. It was flat.
God. I didn't even realize when we were out of the state.
I think we stayed in Lincoln.
Bismarck.
I don't know. Oh, did we?
I think.
Is that in Nebraska?
No, that's North Dakota.
Oh, okay. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing.
Yeah, same place.
Sorry.
It's all the same.
Sorry.
Okay. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back edition. You don't need that. Big Bang Theory edition.
Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Burn it. Burn it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, this next one you added. I didn't even see it.
Oh my God. Okay. So I found this one. Monopoly for Millennials.
No.
And the tagline on the box is like, you can't afford it anyway. Like, it's like, it says, forget about real estate because you can't afford it anyway.
Oh.
It's so fucking rude. But very true. Instead of playing the game as it's supposed to be played, I guess, you buy, sell, and trade, quote, experiences to win.
That is so fucking rude.
So fucking rude. I swear to God.
You know what? The only reason millennials like put experiences over physical possessions is because they never had, like, we didn't have money to like get those things, especially right out of college when we were like the hot, like when millennials were the buying group, it's like, oh, millennials have all the buying power, and it's like, well, we have to buy stuff to make us happy. We're never gonna have a house or a job we like.
Well, and we killed all these industries because we don't have disposable income to afford these stupid fucking superfluous things that you boomers think are necessary, like napkins or something,
like cloth napkins, like fine china.
No, or even just regular paper napkins. It's like, I'll just buy a fucking roll of paper towels. Get out of my face.
Yeah. Did you know a paper towel can serve two purposes?
Yeah.
Why do I need separate paper products?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah.
I know.
Oh
my God.
And there's like Rick and Morty. There's like The Walking Dead Monopoly. There's like everything. Anything that's popular, they will make a Monopoly board out of it.
The least interesting to me were some of the companies that have franchised it. And I don't know, like, you could buy these, but maybe they were more for like internal like gifts.
Promotional gifts.
Yeah. But like Heinz, Best Buy, QVC, like why?
The QVC one kills me.
It's so dumb. It looks dumb too. It looks like it would be sold on QVC.
Oh my God.
It's like flowery. I don't know.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. Well, moving on to another segment of the show, Monopoly is one of those games where over time people have developed their own house rules. Mm-hmm. Which means
and this is
chaos.
Like what we're saying, like with how it was kind of played different. Like when it was originally the landlord game, it was played differently by different people, and like different little like rules and modifications were made to it. So
which means that no two people like maybe play the same. Like you could be at a friend's house and you could have completely different ideas of the game because your house rules are different. And in 2014, Hasbro, which must have acquired Parker Brothers at some point because they are who owns Monopoly now.
Yeah.
They conducted a Facebook poll to crowdsource the top 5 most popular house rules. These are the rules. Let me know if any of these were like your house rules.
Okay.
Frozen assets, so no rent collection while in jail. Dash for the cash, $400 instead of the $200 for landing on go. So you're just increasing the prize money for landing on go.
Interesting.
Free parking, fast cash. If you land on free parking, collect all the money from taxes and fees. So that's like if you like as people are paying taxes and fees,
they go to you instead
of the bank.
Oh my God.
You make a pile, and then if someone lands on that square, you get all that money.
Ooh, I like that rule.
Yeah. See the sights. Players must complete one full circuit around the board before buying properties. And then lucky roller, collect $500 for rolling snake eyes.
Oh.
Are any of these, did you do any of these in your house, or did you have any special house rules?
I don't remember, but the no rent collection while in jail sounds like, I don't know why would you?
You don't get to collect rent if people land on your squares you own.
I do think that we played that way. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't like that rule.
No. And I think I've played before. I don't remember if it was free parking, fast cash. I don't know if it was if you land on free parking, you get the money, but it must have been. Because I remember like collecting the money into the middle for like specific squares that you land on, like utilities or whatever.
Yeah.
And then someone could win that. And then I think I've also done see the sights where... But I don't think my family had any house rules. Like we didn't.
I think we pretty much played by the like rules as much as we could.
This was when I played at other people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe some of these sound familiar to you, maybe not, and that's where Monopoly gets tense.
Yeah. So there are some serious fights, like we mentioned, kind of alluded to at the top.
Yeah.
I personally remember in my household when I was growing up some instances of screaming, storming out of the room, flipping the board, throwing the board.
Yep.
It was mostly from my brother.
He was the one doing that.
Yeah, he was very
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm done playing. Like, I just
Yeah.
like leave, and I'd be like super pissed, but
Yeah.
like I'd be like, there's nothing here for me anymore. I am
Oh.
destitute.
Many a tantrum are thrown playing
Mm-hmm.
this game, either from a sibling, a parent, or sometimes yourself. Like it could. I'm sure there were times when I played where I was upset that things weren't going my way, and there were other times where my brother was upset things were not going his way. You know.
When you're winning, though, it's fun as shit,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't help but be very gloaty and like,
Yeah. Give me, oh, let's see. That'll be $60 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, I only have 40. Oh no.
yeah, it's rough. It gets
Yeah.
really rough. So this game
Mm-hmm.
is the most banned game
Oh my
out
God.
of all board games in households. It's part of the top 5 most recently banned games, according to this digital company that did a little poll.
Mm-hmm.
Monopoly ranks at the top. 44% of the people that took this poll
Yeah.
said that Monopoly is banned in their household. Uno is number 2. I get it, because Uno is another one of those games where you can have a lot of house rules where
Yes.
you like,
Yeah.
and if you don't know how to play, like, it gets real. It gets
Yep.
really real.
Yep.
Sorry, the board game Sorry is number 3.
Yeah.
We were never a Sorry household.
I remember having like an eye twitch at that game because it's like, yeah, people are like, sorry. Yeah.
And
And you're
remember
like,
the fucking commercial in like the 80s and 90s?
yes.
Hate it. Scrabble is the 4th most banned game in households.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Yeah.
It's like, I would always be really mad playing this game, because I'd be like, sorry, I know more words than you. Oh my God. Or I'd be like, that's not how you spell that. Like, I could never play with my brother because he was,
Yeah.
he was younger than me, and I was just really
It's hard.
mean. I was really
Yeah.
mean. And it's hard. It's a hard game.
Yeah. Well, also, like, you come to find out, like, there are certain words that if you memorize them, you could do really well in Scrabble. Like, words that people don't use.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And, like, people who know those words win.
I know.
And it's like, oh, I don't know those words. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jenga is the
What?
5th.
Why? That's fun for everyone. Maybe because it makes a mess.
Maybe because like you go for certain pieces that are like loose, and if you're like one of those like trolley players where you always try to
Oh,
get
you're like
the
tapping.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
You're
use
like
two
using
hands.
both your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope,
you can't do
that's
that.
not allowed.
Mm-mm.
I know.
But yeah, so it's these are the top 5 board games banned in households, and
Oh my
Monopoly
God. Number 1.
makes sense. Makes
Of course.
sense.
And there are like so many Reddit threads that
God.
like of people's memories just like about how shitty playing this game is. Like, oh my God. Like we found these are some of our favorites.
Yeah. So from this Reddit thread, a Reddit user named Baby Dunk said, their story goes, quote, "It's not my own story per se, but apparently my grandfather was a shameless cheater at Monopoly, stealing money from the bank and hiding it under the board, skipping over spaces to land where he wanted.
Ew.
Just the worst. It was so bad that one time as a kid, my uncle legitimately ran away from home in the middle of a game and didn't come back until the next day."
Uncle Gary.
Uncle Gary. I've heard this story more times than I can count, and we've never played a game of Monopoly as a family.
Oh my God.
Grandpa.
Ew. That's the thing. Like, it's weird that people, I mean, I'm assuming
If you're
this
playing
was-
with kids and you're an adult and you're like,
that's gross.
that.
And
Yeah.
also, like, of course, it was like an old man, probably white, like doing this shit. You know, it's like, ugh.
Well, their whole philosophy probably was like, gotta prepare him for real
Ugh,
life.
Ew, I hate it.
Like, sir, this is a game. This is a board game.
So dumb.
Why don't you like help them open a bank account? Like, why don't you help them like figure out
write a check?
Yeah, or how to write a check, or like show them what interest rates are and like what that means when they try to, I don't know.
Yeah, tell them the importance of a retirement plan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well this one is from user. Well, it's just like a lot of ones and O's. I think it's like code. You know, it's like a play on code. It probably says a name if I look it up, but
yeah.
Okay. This is what they said. I play the buy everything I land on, in quotes, version. My ex got so mad, she cussed me out in front of my family and stormed out of my house. So this person's strategy. Yeah. Well, I don't.
Literally, I do. Yeah.
Oh.
Everything you land on something that's not purchased, you buy it.
Yeah, I mean that is a good strategy, but yeah, it's a good strategy.
You have to.
You should. Yeah. I try and collect the same colors because I want to buy the houses and hotels and stuff. So I feel like
But then you fuck everybody else up that lands on, like, then you have a position of power if you have like the one that somebody needs.
True.
You know?
True. Yeah.
They have like two of the red ones, and then you have that third one, and then you can like, then you can do like a fucking, you know,
trade.
barter or
or some sort of rev share. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I just thought this was so funny because it was like they were playing at this guy's house, and his ex-girlfriend cussed him out in front of his own family and then left. And I was like, imagine being at your in-laws' house. You're at DJ's parents' house, and you guys are playing Monopoly, and you get so upset, you cuss him out. You say, "You fucking piece of shit, asshole! That I wanted to buy that," and then you walk out.
Oh my God!
Could you imagine getting heated over something like this?
We've had it. Listen, our family game is a dominoes game called Mexican Train, and we get very, very heated. We play with my parents and his parents, like during the holidays and stuff. We have like big tournaments. Yeah. And well, not tournaments, just like, you know, it takes a while to play like a full game. Yeah. And they have like their own rules that they like to play by, and then we have our family rules, and we always fight over. We accommodate
family to family. Mm-hmm. Oh, but that's different.
Yeah, they like to
have your parents on your side.
Well, they like to incorporate like chicken foot, like shit, and then we're like, that's not that. We're in the Berteau household. This is what we do.
Chicken
here.
Foot.
It's like playing like another kind of train off of a double domino. It's if you know dominoes, like you probably know what chicken foot is. But yeah, it's like it is not allowed because that makes it way easier of a game, and we are all about making things as hard as possible.
This is a real question. Is Chicken Foot a Dave Matthews Band song?
Oh God, I
don't
know.
They have a song that's called like Chicken Foot or something?
I hope not. Get it out of my life.
I don't know. Okay. And then this other anecdote from I just thought was funny from wait. That's their Reddit name. I think it's funny.
That's pretty good.
They said, shot a rubber band in my brother's eye after Monopoly when I was little, and he started wailing on me. We cool now, though.
Dude, I think my brother and I got in a fist fight one time over Monopoly. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I remember playing. I don't think we ever got in a fist fight, but like I remember feelings were hurt. We would play Monopoly when the power would go out. So a lot of my memories are like in candlelight next to the fire playing Monopoly when it would snow so much that the power would go out. Mm-hmm. And like there's nothing else to do. So we'd play, and then someone was always upset and storming off into the rest of the dark house.
Yep. That is a very similar memory. Many similar memories to that snow day Monopoly.
Snow day Monopoly.
And then my mom would just be like, God damn it, get out of the house. Go fucking sledding or something. God damn it.
It would always be at night for us, so we'd just have to go to bed.
Yeah.
But I think by that time, like, my mom would give up playing. Like, we'd start as a family. Mm-hmm. My dad would be the first one to abandon it. He wouldn't care. And then my mom second to abandon it. And then my brother and I would, like, take their stuff and divide it.
I think my mom and my brother would, like, be the, like,
last
they're
one standing.
They're, like, the competitive ones.
Oh,
and me and my dad are just, like, I hate this. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go read a book.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I feel like we just have one more thing. This is the longest game if you've ever played. It takes fucking forever. It's so long. You can't just play a quick round of Monopoly. It's hours long. I have a joke for you. What's worse than a tense game of Monopoly?
I don't know what.
A long one. It's not really a joke, but that is worse.
But it's every time you play an IRL game of Monopoly, it's always like 2 hours long, period.
At least. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like 3 men, I feel like. So I tried to find the record for the longest Monopoly game ever played, but there is some serious contention around this topic, as there is with everything regarding Monopoly somehow, which is so weird. Depending on whether you want the record for total hours played versus like total days played, like did people take breaks or was it played straight through? What house rules were implemented? Was it played by manufacturer rules only? The answer for the record is different.
Gotcha.
And just so you know, if you Google it and you find yourself on a thread on recordsetter.com and you find a bunch of people arguing that they hold the record for XYZ reason, you found a bunch of sociopaths, because these people are arguing with each other in a thread on recordsetter.com about them holding the record for playing Monopoly the longest, and that is just too much.
Like, don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but y'all need to get a life. You're arguing about like who played Monopoly the longest. Like, God damn it.
On like a message board from like 2001 or something. Like, it's like some old ass looking website.
I would rather fucking stick the Cocker Spaniel from Monopoly in my eyeball than have an argument about that shit. Calm down.
Isn't that a Scotty Terrier?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
A Norwich Terrier.
Isn't that yeah, I don't know.
I'd rather shove the thimble from the Monopoly board into my asshole than get into an argument with a bunch of strangers about the longest game of Monopoly.
The best part, the people in this thread are no longer strangers, because they are sharing first and last names, locations, the person who was the witness. It is, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, but also I was like, well, who, what? And then I just gave up. So, yeah. It's like, well, actually, Jim Parsons and Phoebe Bridgers, and these are all famous people, but it's like, you know, it's all like, it's just literal
Isn't
first
Jim
and last
Parsons
name.
a guy from fucking
Big Bang Theory.
I like him as an actor, actually.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. You guys.
I think I like all the people on that show as actors. I think I just don't love that show. It's fine, but
that show fucking sucks.
Yeah, we've talked about it. You hate it.
Every time I get an opportunity to say how much I hate it, I will.
Go ahead.
I fucking hate it. It sucks. It's an abomination. It's disgusting. It's been on the air for as many seasons as it has, and those people get paid that fucking obscene amount of money for that fucking shit ass show. There. All right.
And I say, I don't hate it. Okay. It's not my favorite, but.
All right. Well, I have strong opinions about that.
Yeah, true. About Big Bang Theory. Oh my God.
Don't even get me started on Young Sheldon, bitch.
I refuse to watch that. I don't like child actors.
I think if like the CIA ever wanted to torture me, that would be the perfect method.
Oh my God. I can't imagine anything worse than a child actor playing the character that Jim Parsons plays as an adult on Big Bang Theory. I can't. imagine. And I've never seen it, thank God.
Blessings upon you if you like it, but it's not for me. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Well, dude, you guys seriously read more about Elizabeth Magie, the woman who originally designed, made, created the original blueprint for Monopoly, the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
A badass.
So cool.
We love her.
Well, follow us on social medias.
At DTFU Podcast everywhere.
We don't invent anything on there, but
No.
but we sure have fun.
We laugh. We can laugh, can't we?
We can laugh. We can laugh.
That is one thing we can do. Yeah, and go to our website. It's dtfupodcast.com.
Yep.
It has all kinds of fun stuff on there. Many different places you can go to from there. Including our Patreon. It's patreon.com/DTFU podcast. Lots more content on there if this simply doesn't scratch the itch for you. I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nothing left to say except be excellent to yourselves.
And each other.
Bye.
Bye.